Hey, everybody. I am so grateful for the opportunity today to talk to you about how you can create a professional network in your life starting today. Now, before we begin, I just want to quickly say thank you so much to my viewers. Some of you just consistently watch my videos, and I'm just so grateful for that. That one, you're learning about your life, but also two, you're investing in your personal development. And once again, so many great things coming up for you, and I'm so excited for that. I also want to take a moment to say thank you to my subscribers. For some of you, you've been with me since the beginning, and really this is the beginning. We're a brand new channel, and really it's not about me, but it's all about getting the word out. And it's all about reaching other students out there who may not have this type of mentorship in their life. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and let's begin. All right, so number one, so we're gonna look at two different things this week. This video is all about how to build a professional network. My next video is all about how to build genuine relationships while networking. All right. So that's really important in terms of ensuring that the person that you're networking with doesn't just think you're in it to use them. All right. But it's all about genuine relationships. Okay. So check out that video if you've got a chance. All right, cool. Here's our learning plan today. First, I'm going to start with why network, why you should network. And two, I'm going to talk about what is networking. And then I'm going to talk about, hey, how I think you should network. Right? If I could do it all over again from high school to from college till now, what would I have done? Number three, and then I'm gonna talk about what I did starting in high school. And then number four, I'm gonna talk about how it's helped me in life and how it will help you in life to network well. All right, cool. Let's start with the first one. Why network and what is it? So networking. So ultimately, why should you network? Well, I believe that life is all about relationships and how we're all better together. So we're all better serving each other, helping each other out. And we're better together. There's a time in my life in which I didn't think I needed anybody. This is so true. But I was wrong. And I was quickly, I was so grateful that I quickly realized that that's the wrong road to go down. All right. So that's number one. Number two, life is all about serving others. So it's not necessarily about what can you get, what can I get, right? And all this stuff, but it's all about how can I help you? How can I serve? And I got to be very honest with you right now. My life has been so fulfilled or just so full because I've made the focus of my life on serving others. It's not about what can I get? How can my reputation be improved? No, but it's all about, hey, how can I help you? Right? How can I selflessly help you every single day on a consistent basis? Number three, sometimes in life, it's not about what you know, but it's about who you know. You've probably heard of this before. This is a really common saying. LinkedIn did a study in 2016 that suggested that 85% of all new jobs are filled via networking. Okay, now some of you are immediately thinking, wait, that's not fair. It's pretty much like someone hiring someone they know versus someone else. So that's not fair to the people who don't know people. I totally get that, but I got to tell you, like networking, just because you know someone, it doesn't mean you're going to get the job. But from what I've been able to see in life, if you know someone who knows someone, right? Most likely they are to give you a chance. Most likely they are to look at your resume. Most likely they are to give you an interview maybe. So it's not like it's like a for sure, like guaranteed job. However, you've got to be legit on your own. But according to this LinkedIn study, if you read it carefully, it says, 85% of new jobs are filled because of some reference or someone who vouched for them. And or someone who wrote a letter of recommendation on their behalf and said, this person's like the best worker and you should hire them as well. All right, so keep that in mind. Okay, so let's talk about what is it, the second part. Well, here's a definition I found online. Professional networking is when you build relationships. Do you see that? It's not about just receiving, but it's about building relationships with other professionals. Look at this, both in your career field, but also out of your career field. Do you see that? Everyone can help you out. Networking allows you to foster relationships, see that, with others that are what? Mutually beneficial. You see that? To the careers of you and those in your network. The goal of professional networking is typically to be able to ask favors of people, but to help them in return. It's a win-win scenario. It has to be. It's got to be a give and take, because that's what great networks are built upon. All right. So it's a win-win. Now, how I think you should network. So I'm going to take some time to tell you right now what, once again, what I would do if I was you. especially at a young age. First, you have to understand that there's many different types of people. But my wife and I, because my wife and I create all these lessons together and we sit down, but we were talking over dinner about how there's really two types of people that we've seen in life. And we've been actually both of these people. So we get it. There's some types of people who love to network because they love to take. They always think, hey, what can they do for me? Oh, can I get free stuff? Or, oh, how will my life be better knowing this person? And I've been that person. Like, just because someone's a CEO or something like that, I want to get to know them. But those relationships haven't been as strong as my other ones. So if you're a take person, one, you'll quickly realize that you're a take person. But two, the other person will realize it too. And think about it. No one likes to be just taken from, right? No one likes that. So no one likes to be used. So just keep that in mind. The second type of people that my wife and I have kind of realized in life, and this is who we strive to be in life, are the serve type of people. And where they ask, hey, what can I do for these people? Or how can I help this person? Or how can we help each other out in life? It's a win-win scenario. And if there's something I got to tell you before we start, is be that second person, because it is so evident in like when they ask for a meeting, or when they ask to meet up, or when they ask for mentorship. It's not all about them. It's not about how they can get from you, but ultimately it's how they can help and how you can help each other on each other's missions. A person who is the type 2, the service type of person, is a person who isn't all about themselves. It's a person who values connection and constant consistency and mentorship. All right. So be that type, that second type of person where you're looking for ways to serve. So what I did starting in high school, let me talk about this. So 3 things. All right. So, and if you're taking notes, I would just write this down. Number 1, I saw value in my teachers. Even if you're online, I saw value in my teachers. Are so well connected, and you may not know someone, but they may know someone. So they're filled with wisdom, and they signed up to be a teacher because they want to help you. So use them. Well, don't just use them, but see value in them and take them up in terms of their mentorship and in terms of their life wisdom. All right. So that's number 1. Number 2, I asked the right questions. So whenever I asked for mentorship and or to create a network, I've never like gone up to someone and said like, hey, we should do business together, or like, hey, be my mentor. No, I've never said that, but I've asked the right questions. Have you ever been through blank? What's the best advice you have for someone in my stage? How can I help you and help others more, right? So it's all about asking the right questions, okay? Number 3, I put in effort to maintain my relationships. If there's something that I strive to do on a daily basis, is I put in effort. I understand that all relationships will die off. I do. And because of that, I put in effort to maintain my relationships. Same with my middle school friends. I still talk to my middle school friends. I put in effort to maintain my relationships. They may or may not help me out, but it's not about that. It's about relationships. So I put in effort to do that. Gratitude notes, gratitude gifts. Even when I had it all figured out, and this is where I see a lot of young professionals go wrong. They ask for mentorship, but at some point they become so good on their own and that they're like, I don't need any help anymore. But in reality, you do, because improve that. Yeah, like we never stop improving. So even when I had it all figured out, I still got mentorship from my network, and I valued my network, and I always saw value in that. All right. So I put in effort to maintain that. Now, how has it helped me out in life? I have so many examples, but we don't have that much time. So I'll give you one example. Last year, so every year I invite last year I had about 100 guest speakers come to our school, 100 from our community to help teach my students about life and about careers and stuff like that. One of the people I invited to my class was the mayor of our city, the mayor. And so many people were like, how do you know the mayor? The answer is I don't. So let me tell you that story real quick. So here's just one example of networking, and I can give you like 100 of these stories, but here's the first one that came to my mind. It all started with my high school teacher. I truly feel that. About 16 years ago, I stepped foot in one of my high school teacher's classrooms. I actually did a podcast interview with him recently. And I think that was such a great experience for me because I realized, wow, I can learn so much from others, and I can gain so much insight and wisdom from my teachers. So because of that successful relationship, I kept going. Now that led me to college. And in college, I had a mentor who was the director of one of the programs that I was in charge of. And in short, for 4 years, he mentored me, he cared for me, and he saw me through the good days and the bad days. Now, when it came to me trying to find more income or trying to get another job, he actually referred me to one of his past mentees 20 years ago, who was super successful in the area. And he said, hey, you should, or like, you need a job, she needs a tutor for her kids, you should be a tutor for her kids. And I was like, oh, wow, sure, I'll look into it. So I went for it and I met up with the family, and it worked out well. And, once again, that's about 15 years ago. Now, because of this amazing relationship that I had with this family now, check this out. When I was looking to buy a house about 2 years ago, I was looking for a realtor. And I reached out to this family and I said, hey, do you know a realtor that I can go through? And they said, we have a realtor that's worked with us a lot. He will give you the best deal possible. And he did. I'm so grateful for that. So, realtor friend. And then check this out. The mayor was actually an employee of my realtor at some point a long time ago. So do you see that? So I didn't know the mayor, but I knew all these different people. Now, you can't ever underestimate a relationship. Some of you are like, well, this person's not that successful. This person doesn't have a high title. Everyone's got their own network, and you've got to realize that their network becomes your network when you become in their life and when you have a relationship with them. All right. So that's just one example of how networking can help you out. First off, it's never been my goal to like think about how can this help me, right? But remember, it's all about serving others and helping others. And ultimately, how does this help me? So I see value in every person, and I just hope that you do too. I get it. There's people with better titles and people with not, but every person knows people. And when you join their network really becomes yours. And I understood that everyone has their network. There we go. Now, my question to you, how are you building a network that will last for many years? Are you building relationships, or are you getting to know someone really well and then never talking to them again? Because remember, it takes a lot of effort. Are you building a network that will last for years? Number two, do you understand that it's not about what they do, but ultimately about how well they trust you and how nice you are to them, pretty much? Because at the end of the day, like when someone asks me for help, absolutely, especially if someone's been super nice to me and who has never asked anything, and they're like, hey, do you know someone who blank? Oh yeah, I'll set up a group text with them right now just to connect them. All right. So at the end of the day, that's why you should create a professional network, and it's been pretty awesome. Number two, so my next video will be all about how to build genuine relationships while networking. All right. So check that out if you're interested. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.